By the time Leon arrived at Tulsa's Will Rogers High School in 1956 as a sophomore, he was a classically trained pianist with 10 years of piano lessons behind him. At the same time, a new wave of music called rock and roll had arrived on the scene. During his lunch periods, Leon would come backstage, uncover this very same piano, and give impromptu concerts. His classmates, I was one of them, would gather around and cheer him on. What we didn't realize at the time was that he was transforming his classic skills into rock and roll techniques that would distinguish his career as a performer and later inspire the likes of Sir Elton John and others to copy them. This historically significant 1939 Baldwin grand piano is featured in this concert.
He played on hundreds of the greatest West Coast pop tunes of the 1960s, producing and arranging several of them. He wrote enduring standards like this Masquerade and A Song for You. He led the band for one of the most famous tours in rock music history, Mad Dogs and Englishmen, and right after that, his own road show with his group The Shelter People became the top-grossing tour in all of America. First call session player, producer and arranger, band leader, songwriter, showman, recording artist, solo star. At different points in his life, Leon Russell was all of these things. But before any of that, he was Claude Russell Bridges, a native of Lawton, Oklahoma, a teenager at Will Rogers High School in Tulsa, who became, with several of his musical friends, a part of the very first rock and roll wave to hit America. After rising to the top of the Tulsa scene, along with such like-minded cohorts as David Gates and J.J. Cale, Leon became one of the first of the Oklahoma musicians to head for the West Coast, where his talent and drive pulled him from the ranks of nightclub performers into the rarefied atmosphere of the recording studio. In the 70s, at the peak of his powers, he returned to his hometown, and for a few magical years, Tulsa became an international crossroads for rock music, with Leon once again at the center of it all. Leon Russell's Hall of Fame music career didn't start at his former high school, but it was right here in this auditorium at this very piano that he began entertaining his classmates during lunch hours, pounding away at the latest songs from a new idiom called rock and roll. And it was here on February 9th, 2019, where this extraordinary musical tribute was held in honor and memory of Claude Russell Bridges as a dedication for the newly refurbished piano whose keys once danced underneath the fingertips of the future master of space and time.
I'm up on time, one side that's and one is five. It's a circus game with you and me. I'm up on the tightrope. One side's hate and one is hope. But the top hat on my head is all you see.
Jared Tyler, a well-known Tulsa-based singer-songwriter, takes the microphone for the tribute band's version of one from Leon's first solo LP. It's called Hummingbird.
Sometimes I get impatient, but she cooled me without words. So sweet and softly, my hummingbird. Have you heard?
Saxophonist Johnny Williams and vocalist Bobby Taylor were there at the beginning, helping Leon Russell bring rock and roll to 1950s Tulsa. They're still at it, as you can see and hear from their version of one of their old friend standards, this Masquerade.
We're lost in this masquerade.
Most recorded composition is A Song for You, done here by a longtime member of his band, Brian Lee.
I've been so many places in my life and time. Love you for my life. I acted out my life on stages, 10,000 people watching. But we're lonely now, they're singing this song for you. Singing this song for you. Love you, Leon Russell.
Of course, Leon Russell didn't write With a Little Help from My Friends, which first appeared on the Beatles' groundbreaking 1967 Sgt. Pepper's album. But his memorable arrangement of it for Joe Cocker is just about as well known as the original. Here's the tribute band led by Ann Bell with their rendition.
Just a little help.